What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. I'm getting my beer ready because we're about to break down week 18 of the NFL slate, the final week. We're headed in toward the playoffs. Before we get into all that, go down, like, and subscribe. Comment how you felt on the final week of this regular season. I'm Paul Pickawinner, and I'm joined with.
Hey man, you already know it's your boy Kev, Water Boy, it's your boy, aka the Don PYE, but always the realest on your screen, man. You getting your beers right, Paul. Look, let me know if I gotta crack open the
I
Falcons
see.
brew. You
Always
feel
ready.
me? I only bring these out when we don't miss field goals, bro. But let me know, bro. Let me know if I gotta bring out a Falcon brews on your last kid.
Hey, a big
But
week for
man,
the Falcons.
hey, week 18, bro. A lot of these games didn't fucking matter, but was still a good fucking week. And I will say this. This is probably the best season we've covered so far. And I really like that 2021 season. Oh, I love that season. But this season right here, it's definitely the best.
I feel like I'm in the same spot I was as a Dolphins fan when we started covering this shit than I am now.
Look on the bright side. I'm on the same play as a Falcons fan. But
Yeah,
like,
I feel like this shit ain't changed for me, bro. I've been watching all these other teams up and down. They get the pieces they've been missing, da 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 da. I'm in
nah, but we
the same
started covering the
fucking.
show. We started covering it before y'all got to the read.
Yeah, actually, it might be in a worse second, but actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we got a $100 million player with a broken leg, a $200 million player that probably won't be there next season. It ain't
Oh, I
looking.
used to tune in my mom. You know, my mom's a Dolphins fan. She was sick. But she was like, "What do you mean take care of your family? Bro, we got football to play." I was like, "That's hilarious."
But I mean, the final week though of the NFL was pretty lit. Like you said, not every game mattered. So the games that did matter, I tuned in a little bit more for, and I honestly was kind of watching some of these games from a distance because, like you said, they didn't matter. Like I didn't give a fuck about the Bills versus the Jets.
Yeah, but some of these games was insane. Like I didn't expect the Giants and Cowboys to to actually mean something. Like the Giants went for because of two games, the Giants went from the first pick to the fifth. Like no, like no fucks given about the tape.
Dumb. Boy, I hire somebody just to fire them.
And the Raiders get a fucking W in a close game.
Yeah, that game was hard to watch. That bitch was rough.
So yeah, this shit was definitely an interesting week. Even games that didn't fucking matter still happened to catch my attention. But
That
yeah,
was a
I enjoyed this season because like somebody was showing me like the amount of crazy games that happened this season, like starting with the Bills and Ravens week one. Like my game, my personal game of the year, the Seahawks versus the Rams on Thursday night. And there's so many close, great games, like the fucking tie between the Packers and the Cowboys. Like there's just so many phenomenal ass moments. And
yeah.
Pat Mahomes aren't in many of them.
No, I was saying that we'll cover this more when we get to the playoff section of things and like coming soon. Is This is the first season I feel like the playoffs is kind of really wide open, like really, really wide open. There's no more Chiefs, which is always like the easy pick on the AFC side. It's like, oh, it's either the Chiefs or the Bills or maybe the Ravens. The Ravens didn't make it to the dance. The Chiefs didn't make it to the dance, and the Bills didn't win the division. So the whole AFC side's a whole different shebang going on. And on the other side, last year it was kind of like the Eagles were the team to beat, and this year I don't think there really is a team that's like fully showcased themselves. Like the Seahawks, the Packers, the Eagles, the 49ers, the Rams, almost everyone on there except for the Panthers, I think people genuinely believe could have a chance to go to playoff. I mean, the championship on the fucking NFC side. So that's one thing. We'll get more into the playoffs. Is like this is the first postseason where I don't know who's winning round to round basis.
Nah, dead ass. I think yeah, this is you can't guess who's going to the Super Bowl. Like if you put in a guess, it's you put in a a pick, it's definitely a guess almost like because anything could fucking happen. Like the 49ers are still a fucking threat. And the 49ers could have set this up to be the fucking easiest way they've ever had to the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. And they boofed that. Like so anything could motherfucking happen.
One thing I appreciate about this final week of the coverage is we started like we had Saturday and Sunday. So we started the NFL slate Saturday with the Bucks and Panthers, which is a game that mattered. and we ended Sunday Night Football with Ravens Steelers, a game that mattered. Everything in
You know,
between, maybe not everything mattered as much, but you start the first game with something that mattered, and the very last game with something that mattered.
yeah. And the Saturday games, they weren't that great, but just off the fact that like out of all the games, these had such like high stakes on them. Oh yeah, you can't fuck with that.
We had Buccaneers beating the Panthers 16-14, which in the spur of the moment, I actually ended up going to this game. It was rainy. It was kind of cold, at least for Tampa type weather. And Bucks get the win slightly over the Panthers. But this game was the rain and the weather definitely played a part because I feel like neither offense got shit going on. The Buccaneers came out to an early lead and kind of just survived it and was able to win off an early lead. And the Panthers look shit. They won the division, but they are a 10-point dog going into the first round of playoffs. To put in perspective,
Yeah, I mean, I can't get too mad at that because the Rams have not looked good against the NFC South. So like, ye, hopefully, if this is not the regular season Rams, they cooking. But if
I
this
mean
this is
Panthers.
this playoff Rams, yeah, if this is not the regular season Rams, the Panthers are cooking. But if the Rams coming in on some regular season shit where anything can fucking happen, they can get their ass beat low key. But this game was interesting because like the refs sold crazy, the play calling sold crazy, and the weather was causing like them was to sell crazy. Like I seen like that play, the flea flicker that Rico Dowdle ends up fumbling and then Bryce Young doesn't jump on the fumble. I've seen that play so many times this weekend. Is actually insane because like everybody's saying the same thing. Why the fuck are we going for a flea flicker in the rain?
I mean, that's a great question because it's already hard to throw the ball deep in the rain. And second of all, you handing the ball off and pitching it back in the rain is crazy.
hmm And then motherfucking Baker throws the pick, and everybody's like, "Oh, Baker does it again, fourth quarter, about to blow the game." So yeah, this game was definitely a how can I lose this type shit, type that. How can I lose this bowl type shit? And it didn't even matter because we'll talk about it later. But something happened to where the Panthers were able to make it.
Yeah. Um, Seahawks beat the 49ers 13-3 in Santa Clara, kills the hopes of the 49ers having home field advantage all the way for the playoffs. A defensive battle, to say the least. The Seahawks at least were able to move the ball somewhat, whereas they weren't able to capitalize or they go for it on fourth down on the first drive, they get stopped. Whereas the 49ers just couldn't move the ball, period. They were just the Brock Purdy was an absolute no show. Christian McCaffrey, the whole offense was a no show for this game.
Crazy. I seen a picture of the play where they got the interception in the red zone, and I'm like, yo, how is this? Like they show like Christian McCaffrey, easy, wide open catch, and they were like, yo, this play ends up in a pick. And I look at like this shit goes straight through his hands, and it kind of like spoke to the whole game. Like they just never could get the offense going. And I think they had opportunities. I don't think at any point the Seahawks felt like they was in the driver's seat and the Seahawks were rolling. Like they could have had at any point in time kind of turned it up on their ass, and got an easy touchdown or got a touchdown to take the lead. But a touchdown and a field goal to take the lead type shit. But nah, they just played a very ugly, lethargic game, and hopefully that's not the offense we see in the fucking playoffs.
Facts, but the Seahawks they clinched the number one seed, get the first round bye, and that defense. I mean, if you're a Seahawks fan, you might be wanting to go on the road because that defense on the fucking road has been an absolute monster.
No cap. And then but Sam Darnold's like the first quarterback since Brady to go 14 to win 14 games in two back-to-back seasons. So the Vikings look crazy as fuck. And if you really think about it, I think Brady got booked for Spygate when he did that. So like low
Damn.
key, low key, there should be an asterisk next to Brady when they bring that up.
Yeah, we talking about Sam Darnold doing something that the other motherfuckers had to cheat for.
You feel me?
Then we moved on to the Sunday slate, and opening up, this game was kind of fun somewhat. Texans beat the Colts 38-30. This was a super high scoring game. Texans clinched the fifth seed with this win. They didn't win the division. We'll talk about the Jaguars later on, but they get a win over their Colts division rival, and at the, they had the Colts had Riley Leonard come in. So this was a game without Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, I don't think he played at all type shit.
Yeah, they brought in the rookie out of Notre Dame, Riley Leonard, who didn't look bad.
Yeah. It made you actually think of them like kind of crazy to be like, why'd you get Philip Rivers in the first place?
Oh, but I mean, they low key Texas went on like a field goal with 12 seconds left, and then they score like a fumble touchdown to end the game with no time on the clock. So it was really 32-30, walk off field goal type shit. But the Texans get a win here, clinch the division. CJ Stroud, 3 seasons and 3 playoff appearances.
I don't know how big a flex that is in the last 2 seasons.
I don't know either, but people were saying, "Hey, I'll put some respect on CJ Stroud." No, I mean, three, not,
Man.
you know, that ain't a bad thing being 3 for 3.
Yeah, but I love that's the reason why I love doing the podcast because like I think as a casual I would have saw that and been like, damn, bro, he's the next coming of him type shit. Nah, bro, we know what the fuck CJ Stroud is looking like over these last 2 seasons. That first season, him, nice. Next season, struggled, but they got there. This season, times where they looked genuinely atrocious on offense, but they figured it out, and their defense kind of brought them into the game, into the playoffs. But I will say, shout out them boys for staying firm and standing solid because the AFC is no fucking joke right now. So to make it without winning your division is kind of a flex.
Then we had, I'm gonna let you take over on this one. We had the Falcons beating the Saints 19-17. And how did this game go down from a eyes of a Falcons fan?
I mean, it went down like it was supposed to. I was just happy that the fact that we're the tiebreaker. So like we talked about on the last episode, the Falcons beating the Rams and beating the Bucks to end the season is what made this game such a big deal because we've been out of playoff contention since like December 7th or some shit like that. But we were the deciding factor on who's gonna make it, the Panthers or the Bucks. If we win, the Panthers go. If we lose, the Bucks go. So like we was in this bitch. Like I, as a Bucks hater, was like, "Hey man, might as well send them boys to Cancun." Like I love to play spoiler. Like if I'm not going, you can't go either. Fuck you talking about? So it was cool that we were on the side that if we won, the Panthers got to go. Because imagine if we won and the Bucks got to go, I'd be kind of sick, thinking like, "Yo, bro, I think we should lose this game." So I enjoyed every second of it. I think our teams definitely looked atrocious to begin the game. Like motherfucking offense never really kind of like got going for real. I think we scored because we got the punt block and then we are already in the red zone, so we put 7 on the board. And then after that, it's kind of just like field goals, field goals, field goals. But our defense is the reason why like the Saints never got the opportunity to capitalize. My favorite was the pick, I want to say in the fourth quarter when they were driving down, and then my dog gets the pick and kind of seals the game because we come down and kick a field goal. But the whole game, my Falcons team was just playing with energy, playing enthusiastic. And then you got motherfuckers in the chat like Kyle, sad as fuck, talking about some. Well, the Falcons want to play good to end the season. I'm like, hey, bro, some teams will play their best ball in December, brother.
Yeah, that shit. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough for Raheem Morris to keep his job.
Yeah, but I was already decided. That probably got decided after the Jets game because we beat the Jets for in the playoffs. Like that's probably when that got figured out, and the way that they did the deal, and like some coaching firings, I can understand. Like niggas be hot, like John Gruden getting fired, like the second time because of the racist remarks and everything like that. Yeah, his contract got voided for that. Versus Raheem Morris, they're still paying that boy the next. Because I think he had 3 years left and he had like 4 million a year. So he told they're still gonna pay that boy all that shit. And they called to put in a good word for him with some other teams. So he might get some immediate work after this while still getting paid to be the fucking to have been head coach for the Falcons and shit. So like, yeah, they left, he got fired, but he didn't leave on bad terms. He
Oh
didn't
yeah,
lose.
no, him. And then did they get rid of Arthur Blank too, the GM? Or not
No,
Arthur Blank?
Arthur Blank is the owner. Terry Font, whatever Jit's name is, but yeah, he had to go. But I think that was just because like once Michael Penix went down and they had to use Kirk Cousins, and that's when they started winning. They're like why did we? I'm confused. Why didn't we do this in the first place? So like
Yeah.
I think that's and then they're just trying to do a whole overhaul with the front office. Like we're getting like a huge rumor right now is that Matt Ryan is getting offers to come work in the front office. I don't know specifically as a GM or anything, but Matt Ryan's getting offers to go work in the front office. So you can tell we're just trying to go in a new direction, rebuild, and go at what we got because we got a hot young defense, we got a hot young offense. So now it's about motherfucking molding the boys and trying to build something out of what we got because we don't got a first round pick this year.
Keeping the show going. This was a game that kind of mattered when it's all said and done. Giants beat the Cowboys 34-17. The Giants at one point was in the driver's seat to have the number one pick. They now end the season with the number five pick because they win this game here. Uh, I was shocked that the Cowboys came out looking so flat. I thought I thought he like because Dak starts the game and he looks shitty, and then they throw in Joe Milton's ass. He looks shitty, but at least he's the backup. I thought Dak for at least playing like a quarter and a half would be enough football for them boys to like get a lead and in this kind of place. Boy, they were getting beat with the starters in. So I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like, oh, they put in Joe Milton and like Jadon Blue. I don't give a fuck where the starters were in for a little while, and they still were losing.
Mm.
Giants probably fans are. I don't know how they're reacting. I think some Giant fans are kind of pissed that they kind of fall, but also some other Giants fans are like, we don't need the number one pick because we don't need to draft a quarterback. We got Jackson Dart, so kind of split on that fan base.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, you can get the best player available for sure. But yeah, I don't know how to feel about that one because like I can never be mad at my team for winning. Like that's just me personally.
Browns beat the Bengals 20-18.
In a crazy game.
Miles Garrett gets the sack record. Joe Burrow gets the touchdown to Jamar Chase with a minute and some change left. You thought that was GG because the Browns offense hasn't done nothing all game. They said, hold my beer. They get a walk-off field goal, 0 seconds on the clock. Miles Garrett gets sack record, and they get the win.
Yeah, I thought this game was crazy because the way it got explained this to me is they're like, hey, you see, like niggas showed me like the Bengals kicker missing the extra points, and they're like, hey, that's gonna matter later. And I was just like, okay. So then they get the walk-off field goal, and you're just like, oh, brother, you make those extra points, it's a whole different conversation.
Bro, the special teams and defense won. Miles Garrett gets the sack record, right? But then Devin Bush gets a 97-yard pick six. That's 7 points for them boys. Fucking Sam Webb gets a 47 fumble recovery touchdown. 14 points from
Crazy.
great defense. And then they block one of the extra points. They get the game kick and field goal. This is all special teams and defense. Shador Sanders has 111 yards.
Yeah. Kevin Stefanski is out of there. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not. I love Shador. I hope that boy does his best, but I don't know if I don't know what their future is over there. I think it's cool that it's gonna be like a Dylan Gabriel, Shador. Their next offseason they're fighting for the spot for sure. And somehow I'd be forgetting that Deshaun Watson is still over there somehow. But
But
Kev Stefanski, I don't know what the fuck's about to happen to this Browns team.
I think the Bengals have two better quarterbacks than what they got. They had Joe Flacco, boy. The Browns would have had Joe Flacco for this season again. He took them to the playoff one time.
I thought they did have Joe Flacco to start the season.
I thought that was the Bengals had Flacco because when Burrow got hurt. Oh yeah. They traded. Yeah, never mind. He did it. He was there for a little bit. And they traded him so Dylan Gabriel could come in, and then they started really
Yeah.
stinking it up.
Hmm.
Vikings beat the Packers 16-3. JJ gets hurt in this game. He does look pretty good in the first half before he ends up injuring his hand. He kind of realizes he's hurt for real, for real. There's a whole footage of him on the sideline cussing and like apologizing to fucking Justin Jefferson because he broke his hand. It looks like type shit. But yeah, the whole Vikings go 9-8. JJ has his roller coaster season. He gets hurt again. The Vikings are kind of no man's land, I think, in the season. Packers squeak into the playoffs, going 9-7-3, but I don't think they feel good about. I know this wasn't any starter like Clayton Tune was the fucking quarterback, but I don't think they're feeling great going into the playoffs right now.
Yeah, I was about to say they don't have a lot of momentum for sure. Like, especially after ever since I lost to the Bears, I think the Packers have looked a little flat. So they got to figure out something to go in this playoffs. I just don't know. This year wasn't a great year for me to like evaluate JJ McCarthy because I still don't know who that motherfucker is. Like, I don't know if he's a bum, he's nice on the low, if he just has some secret. I don't know what the fuck bro got going on.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if Tavon Diggs played this game, but Tavon Diggs will be joining the Packers for this postseason run. He got cut by the Cowboys, and he joined the Packers going into the playoffs.
But that is not a flex to me.
No, I mean you know, not everyone at home.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of bro.
Jaguars secured the AFC South, putting up 41 in Duval County against the Tennessee Titans. Trevor Lawrence broke the franchise record for total touchdowns in a season. Motherfucker, he's playing his best ball. Like the last 4 weeks, if you're just taking like a 4 week window, it's arguable that Trevor Lawrence is playing the best ball in the NFL right
Mhm. You might have a point on that one because he has been cooking. But this game was interesting to me because like, why the fuck was Trevor Lawrence playing in the fourth quarter? Like this whole, I'm pretty sure he played the whole game type shit.
now. I
Because
think he
like
did.
when I tell you this was like a holiday for Jaguars fans, like they were lit. Every Jaguar fan I know was at this game.
But
Like even my mentor and the homies from the internship, even they was over there in the cabanas type
I'm
shit.
I'm seeing fans in the city. We about 4 hours away. They popping up now. I'm starting to see some fucking Lawrence jerseys around in this motherfucker. Some ETN jerseys popping up.
Yeah, niggas got some pride now. I'll give them that. But yeah, shout out to the Jaguars, man. This was their season to fucking like slap Liam Cohen. sh- Liam Cohen showed that motherfucking come in quarterback. You can change the culture. Come in as an offensive guru, change the culture. Their defense is playing hands down. And like you said, man, T Law has been playing his best ball in the last 4 weeks or so. So that's exactly what you want going into the playoffs. And this is low key their division to lose. Like the Patriots are balling. There are a lot of people in the AFC balling because, and then it's a huge change of guard with the pick with the Chiefs and the Bengals not being in the playoffs. Like this is kind of like your last five AFC champions aren't there. So motherfucking, this is anybody's to win. I think if anybody should be feeling keeping their head up the highest going into the playoffs, this should be the Jaguars.
Then we had the Rams beating the Cardinals 37-20. This game really didn't matter too much. Other than
Was it the
Stafford,
Cardinals or the Chiefs?
they beat the Cardinals.
Really? What
Yeah,
who did Chiefs play?
they beat the Chiefs played the Raiders.
Oh, you said wait, who'd you say?
I said the Rams beat the Cardinals 37-20.
Oh, I thought you said the Raiders. I was about to say the
Oh
fuck.
no, the Rams. But the big game about this game is fucking Stafford, another guy that was in for the whole game. He throws 4 touchdowns, 259 yards. I think this was the Rams
I
are.
had to lock that MVP up.
Yeah, they just trying. Drake May only got 1 touchdown this weekend, type shit. The Rams knew what they was doing with this game.
Yeah, and that shit fluffed the fucking that shit fluffed the fucking total so crazy. I think he ended up with like 41 and then like and Drake May has like 35 or 36, but they both have 8 interceptions. So like that 41 looks there's 4 touchdowns this week. It made that shit look really like gave him a little bit of separation, especially after get like shit in the bed against us. Like, yeah.
then they do have the whole we're going just straight numbers. Then they have uh like record against opponents with winning records and shit. And I think like the fucking
Rams are
Rams
killing
are
them.
like 4-1 or something against that, whereas like the Patriots are like 1-0.
Yeah, I think they haven't played that. Yeah, they haven't played too many crazy games, but that's not their fault. That
Yeah,
I found out how the schedules are made, and I was like, oh, really?
yeah.
So like the schedules are based off of like where you stand in your standings. So like it was a big deal that Falcons fans were like, if we had lost to the Saints, we would have had the easiest schedule in the NFC South next year. But because we won and the fact that like there are a lot of random teams that were bad, so we got to take on like the Chiefs, the Chargers, like it's like based on that kind of. So like, I thought that was crazy because there's so many revenge games like the first week of the season. I think they might choose like when the games are played, but like the opponents are set off based off of standings
This is all
in the
one
division.
thing.
Yeah, so that was crazy to me because there's so many games where I'm like, oh man, the schedule makers knew what they were doing.
And I mean, we're talking about fucking Drake May enough. Might as well bring him up. Patriots get the win over the Dolphins 38-10 here. There was a ball game somewhere like 10-10 at one point. I thought, oh, we might keep this close. Second half happens and bombs away. They just cook us. Ramondre Stevenson has runs it up for 3 tutties. Travion Henderson, I think,
Oh
either
wow.
has one or two. I know he at least has one. He could have had two also. But yeah, the running game absolutely killed us. Mike McDaniel hasn't been fired as of yet, but there's also rumors of Harbaugh interviews going on. We'll see what's going on with the Dolphins do this offseason.
Yeah, right. Well, we haven't talked that yet, but yeah, I would mm, I don't know, bro. I think they would have fired him. They would have fired that boy by now.
That's what I thought too, but you never know. Fucking, I wouldn't be mad as of right now. I wouldn't be mad.
I mean, like if you don't fire him this year, I mean, I guess I can see it making sense to not fire him this year because if the team is shitty next year, you don't want to blame that on the new coach.
That's true. I think he might get one more shot at it because if they bench like if they don't use Tua this next year, I think it'll be kind of like a all right, like if you're blaming Tua, now you have to go prove it to us that it was we got rid of him. Now show us.
Bro, Brian Flores has to be smoking somewhere like trying to tell ya.
Then we got well, but with this being said, Patriots number 1 team in the AFC East, number 2 seed in the AFC altogether, right behind the Denver Broncos. We had the Broncos beating the Chargers 19-3. Fucking the Chargers put in their bench they because it didn't matter if they won or lost this game. Bo Nix and the offense don't look too good on the Broncos, but they did enough to win this game. They secure the number 1 seed in the AFC with going fucking 14-3, which I don't think anybody had on their bingo card coming into the season.
What you mean, bro? I got property in Bronco County, boy. What? I kept my shit. I knew the shit was going back up. Now I'm playing Champagne. The shit that Champagne's been able to do over the 2 years with this team, because mind you, this team had a rust and we thought they were cooked. Like that Champagne nurturing Bo Nix to be a dude that can win football games has to be studied. So yeah, shout out the Broncos for having a phenomenal year. And it wasn't just because of the defense. I really feel like the offense came in and stepped up a game they needed to step up on. Like remind you, this team came back from being down like 33 or 30 by 30, being down 32-0.
That was one of the most
Like
lit games I've ever seen.
you feel me? It's moments this season had. But like this team is a team that I want to see play in the playoffs. I just hope they don't have no rust with that first round bye. You know, I always be scared of that rust.
College football's been like that. College football, like first round bye teams are like 1-7.
So somebody explain that to me. Like a college football bye is damn near a month. I was
Yeah,
like, oh fuck.
So Broncos get the win, secure the division. Raiders beat the Chiefs. This game was tough to watch, 14-12. Raiders secured the number one pick. It didn't matter if they win or lost this game.
Mhm. So that's
Which
what
is
made
not
this
a good
game
place
so
to.
cool. That's what made this game cool because at least they came out and got the dub. Because like I watched this one YouTube channel with this dude that's a Raiders fan, and he was like, "Ah, I wanted to go to this game. I was thinking about going to this game, but I didn't go because I didn't want to root for my team to lose." And next thing, then they ended up winning that bit. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, both these teams got a lot to get done over this offseason. The Chiefs are probably going to do a lot of overhauling, definitely get some new vets in the mix. And the Raiders, they got to just do everything right. They got Pete Carroll up out of there, one and done. So we'll see what happens.
Daniel, this was a 60-yard field goal to win this game. That's the only thing lit about this. The fucking kicker.
Oh, we forgot to bring up Kev Little when we talked to Jaguars.
Oh, their kicker?
Him, him. They said the kick that he had, because this was the second longest, but this is the longest outside in NFL history. So like 67 yards is crazy, Paul. Well, you like when you're on a football field and you're just like fucking around with the homies, taking that bitch to the 20-yard line is like a kind of a goal. Like you like, oh fuck.
Standing
Like because
there's like stand there and look how far that bitch is.
20
Give it
yards
a
is
shot.
probably the average human can't kick that a 20-yard field goal. 30 yards, 35, you're looking like, okay, this is some shit that like people have to practice. You get to 40 and 50, you're like, okay, this is NFL range. 60 fucking 7? I couldn't imagine even going for that on Madden.
Boy, they so the 67 yarder. I want to say last year or the year before when was it the year before when Justin Tucker broke the record? It was like
Yeah,
66 or
I think it was
64.
65.
Okay, 65, whatever it was. Fucking someone attempted that with Justin Tucker in Madden on the easiest difficulty, and it wouldn't hit. Like maxed out everything, like fucking full powerful, and it wouldn't hit. So I have no idea if the 60, but I thought that was pretty funny. You even brought up Madden because people attempted the Justin Tucker length one, and it wasn't possible in the last match.
That shit is crazy. And motherfucking, this motherfucker he has to be the first kicker with 100 power. Madden, you heard me say it, bro. Cam Little deserves 100. The same way they gave Devin Hester the 100 speed and like broke the way that we look at speed. That's how they got to do that boy's kicking power.
I will say they gotta also respect to the coaches that are willing to allow their kicker to go out there for a 60 something yard.
But the fact that they do that means that like he probably be making that bitch from 70 at practice.
Yeah, I've seen you. I've seen what you could do.
Yeah, like he's like I can trust you.
Commies beat the Eagles 24-17. Um, Eagles put in their backups here, thinking it will be enough because the Washington's putting in like their third stringers in this game. Doesn't matter. Nick Sirianni decided he wanted to rest Jalen Hurts. They fucking grill him at the presser about this shit. He says he don't give a fuck. It is what it is. No, I think the only reason they grilled him so hard was that like if they won this game, they had a chance to be the number two seed. Whereas instead, now they're the number three seed. And if you're the number three seed, if you play one, you have a chance of being on the road more likely than not.
I'm not
But
mad at him for that one.
yeah, if people are there, the Eagles fans, a lot of Eagles fans are kind of mad about this. Uh,
They like to get on Jet ass for no reason. Remember, mind you,
yeah,
this is the same team that was screaming fire him, and they ended up winning a Super Bowl like that same year.
yeah, it gets I feel like they're
He just doesn't fit their culture,
that and they're like pampered at this point. Like you bitching about this, like I wish I could be bitching about that.
literally. But yeah, he just like doesn't like match their culture specifically. Like Doug Peterson, Andy Reid, Chip Kelly, no. But like those motherfuckers really match the Eagles like personality. and the culture. So I feel like with Nick Sirianni, he's always under a microscope because he just doesn't naturally look like an Eagles coach. Like, remember when he was talking shit to his own silence? But the commies definitely epic fall off from last season. I think their fall off is what the fuck we be thinking CJ Stroud and the boys be doing. Well, at least we be making it seem like, but CJ Stroud and them still be making the playoffs, still be getting random wins in the playoffs. But the commies, hopefully they come back healthy next year and they're back to being a force. If not, I think Dan Quinn might be on the hot seat.
Yeah.
And
Um,
Danathan Quinn,
I like Dan Quinn though. Dan
he's
Quinn
all right.
can get culture shit fucking situated.
He's cool. He's cool. I don't got no problems with bro. I just don't like the fact that every time he comes to see us, he busts our ass, except this year.
Lions beat the Bears 19-16. They were up 16-0. Then late in the fourth quarter, the Bears tied up 16-16.
They try to do it.
They did. The Bears tried to do that shit again. People nicknamed them the Cardiac Bears because what they've been doing all season, and they almost ended the regular season with another comeback to win. Instead, Jake Bates hits the game-winning field goal. Even though the Lions had nothing to play for, other than to kind of fuck up the Bears season a little bit to end the season, it was nice to see that they put out all like Jahmyr Gibbs played the whole game. Fucking Jared Goff put up 300 and something. Like they came to win, and they did that exact thing.
Yeah, it's crazy to see a team that good not make the playoffs. But that's the story for a lot of teams this year. Like, there's a huge changing of the guard. Like, a lot of the teams that we thought should have been in the Super Bowl last year aren't even in the playoffs.
I saw that something like the two teams that were like the favorites to win it all on the NFC side were the Lions and the fucking Eagles last year. And going into the playoffs, the Eagles are probably no one's probably picking the Eagles like confidently right now, and the Lions didn't even make it to the dance.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, I can't wait to see like you know how when Vegas be dropping the random bets, like this person bet for the Seahawks straight up to win the Super Bowl. And congratulations. Like you just won $5, got you like 50 bands or like 562 racks.
Then fucking the Bills. I mean, this game we don't even talk about. Other Bills blow out the Jets 35-8. Jets end their season with 0 interceptions. They're the first team in NFL history to go 17 games without an interception. Uh, a team went the whole season back in the 30s
Yeah,
without.
1936. But that was like
Yeah,
12 games or
1936.
14.
The passing leader in that season had 900 and something yards. So they were saying that this statistic legitimately never be broken or tied again because the last time it happened was 90 years ago when the leader passing had 900 yards. So
Yeah. And like that looks so crazy hiring a defensive coach. But like you can't say like this team was putting into their defense. They literally traded Sauce Gardner. So it's not like, yeah, I just thought that was insane. It was crazy that the trade that my nigga Tua caught was so crazy. They were talking about some, and mind you, this team plays Tua twice a year. I was like, yo, what did Tua have? What did Tua? You know, I'm quick
they
to
weren't
defend
wrong
Tua.
though. My brother played like 7 games, had like 15 interceptions.
Crazy.
And not only do they end the season that Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson ends the season as their leading receiver. He only played 7
300,
games as a Jet this season.
395 yards. Justin Field ended as the passer, and he had 1202. And we come from an era where we watch gods play football.
Yeah, this was the worst season I think a Jets fan could have endured. Like the Zach Wilson experience was at least like defensive special team winning ball games. Like they would win games and it was special. It's like wow, what a defensive fucking prowess that was. Whereas like this season was just sad. It just got worse week to week. Like at least the first weeks were fun with Justin Fields and hope. Like then it just slowly got off of rails.
See, because we can't name the Jets owner, that's the only reason why he doesn't get the type of
Woody Johnson.
slander. Yeah. Oh damn. Never mind. But he deserves the slander, the type of slander that Jerry Jones gets. Like I just think he doesn't open his mouth as much, so nobody says nothing. But he deserves slander, Paul.
Steelers beat the Ravens 26-24. This was the game to wrap the whole regular season up, and boy, it was the best game on the slate, if you ask me. It
In
was rough to
fucking
watch in
same.
some moments, but if you were there for the last couple minutes, you saw the roller coaster in which I have a buddy who's a good big Steelers fan, and he said he went from literally waving his towel in celebration to throwing his towel at the TV, and he thought he broke the TV to jumping in joy, realizing that they just won the fucking ball game. All in a matter of like 25 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, Lamar, fourth quarter, 6 for 8, 100 plus yards, 2 touchdowns. They thought that they did enough. They thought they did what they needed to do. They get the crazy catch by Isaiah Likely on fourth down.
What a catch.
Insane. In fucking insane. And the rookie, Tyler Loop, all you gotta do is put that bitch through the hole. Wide right. And it's
44
even
yards.
crazier. And it's even crazier. 'Cause, I mean, it was snowing, wasn't it? Or it was cold.
No, I don't think it was snow. I mean, I know it was windy and like semi rainy, but I don't think it was snow.
And this is right after Boswell just missed the extra point too. But what was crazy is that like they showed the video of the priest putting holy water on the field and all that shit like that. But I just thought it was insane that like, and I thought you just can't. There's no sport. Sometimes there's nothing better than sports because like there's things that you can't script, you can't write down. To see the fucking Steelers like the fans, like the stadium erupt was insane. Like I would have paid any amount of money to have been in that stadium when he missed that field goal. Even if I was rooting for the Ravens, I would have been like, yo, the pop was crazy.
Bro, then like it went to commercial break afterwards, and when it came back, they had the song playing, the fucking oh mama, and like the whole and everybody singing that bitch and that motherfucker. Like I was just like, wow, what a day.
That shit is crazy. Shout out to Easton Steelers. They did it again. And knowing that John Harbaugh got fired maybe 36 hours after that kick, it's crazy.
And
But
Mike Tomlin, on the other hand, the kick is wide right, and they go over to him on the camera, and he goes and blows a kiss. I was like, bro, you're a cold man. Yeah,
and
that's
then we said it, bro. We said this is the week that you blow the kiss to the cow. Last week you didn't have to. It was this is the week you do that shit, knowing his job is safe for another year.
and the cameraman knew what they was doing. The cameraman knew the assignment because Isaiah Likely catches that insane pass, and the whole atmosphere changed in Akashak. It was just fucking dead silence, and the camera goes over to fucking Aaron Rodgers, just sitting there with a towel over his head, looking sad as fuck. Like just so
Yeah,
sad, like so pissed off at what just happened. And then they missed that
nah,
bitch, and then they went back to him. He's fucking vibing, happy. But I was just like, damn, he looks so sad in the sideline when they caught that bitch.
mm. Yeah. I mean, this was interesting. This was definitely because I'm not going to say it was a great game. Like the ending was obviously spectacular, but it was definitely a 7. But shout out like people like Cam Hayward, like you could tell they were fighting for every chance they could. Like Cam Hayward, they're putting Cam Hayward in the offense to do use so they could do pushes and shit like that. Like
With his brother, I didn't know he had a brother.
crazy. So you seen that boy in the back and on
Hell yeah, until he's picking his brother up and fucking throwing him over the pile. What type of play is
crazy.
this?
So shout out the fucking Steelers and Ravens. Damn, my fucking Ravens. All y'all had to do was win the game.
Yeah, if they would have won the 10 in a row, Kev, they would have been straight. If they would have won well, at least one more, they were straight. And then at the end of the day, they just had to win the last one. They would have been straight. And they just couldn't do it. And that's why Harbaugh is on the way out.
Yeah, man, it was time.
It's been another great season. We got a wide open playoffs to talk this upcoming week. And then UFC's got a couple more weeks to work back on that. Boxing, we got a little bit of a break before the big fights coming up. It's been a long season, so it's gonna be nice to have this little playoff season coming up. Kev, do you have any early favorites for the playoffs before we actually get to looking at the teams through and
I
through?
mean, I think if there's the litmus test is I want to see the Jaguars immediately have a litmus test. So if they can beat the Bills this week, that's a whole different conversation on who's probably my favorite. And then on the NFC side, the Rams look like they got the most experience. Like they look like they even have more experience than Jalen Hurts and them boys. So I don't know if I was to pick a team, this Rams team with a MVP Matthew Stafford, no. But I think that's low key like the hype pick right now. The Rams and the fucking Jaguars.
So I
'Cause I
want
think
to
I've
say
heard a
I kind of
couple
like the
people.
Jaggies too, but I also think the Drake May experience and the Stafford experience. Can we get the two MVP candidates in the Super Bowl against each other?
That'd be fine. I can't remember when the last time that's happened.
But we'll dig in deeper in a couple days. As always, we appreciate everybody for watching along. Go down, like, and subscribe. It's been a long season. 2025, 2026 is in the books. Only thing left now is the postseason, y'all boys. You got anything to add on, Kev?
Yeah, bro. I wanted to say, like, bro, we used to watch the odds straight football. Like, so I seen a stat. I can't remember what exact year it was, but like the top 12 quarterbacks ended with 4,000 yards.
Oh, I said
And
that
it's like the
last year. I'm a Tua fan, and last year Tua led the league in yards, like 4,600 yards, and that's when I knew I was like, bro, this shit kind of washed because like, but I remember motherfuckers bro, like 5,000 yards. We like three motherfuckers with 5K, and then like a couple people close, like
crazy.
46, 47.
And none of those dudes even won the MVP. There's like another dude
Yeah,
with
like
4K and
Stafford put
like
up
50 touchdowns.
4,700 yards this season, and people thought he was like a god amongst men. And it's like, bro, back in the day, 4,700 got you into the conversation.
Literally. Eli Manning wasn't hitting 4,000, so it was like, I don't know if he's elite for real.
Yeah, but we got five QBs with 4,000 yards this season, and it's fucking. Or my bad, six. Trevor Lawrence squeaked by with 4,007. So we have six QBs with four. Like with that used to be a different time.
Different times.
I also saw though, since the kickoff has changed, that's going to affect all the stats on yardage because instead of people getting it at the 20, now they're getting it at like the 30 to 40 every single time.
Yeah.
But we'll be back. It's been a great season. We'll see y'all boys in the postseason. I'm Paul Picking with him, Kev Waterboy Savoy. And if y'all didn't know, now I know, motherfuckers.